Hi, I'm Dave Barry, and today I'm here with David Ross from Walker Wayland, Sydney, and we'll be covering what he feels are the top 3 tips to set yourself up for financial prosperity. And following on from that, some people in the community are being curious about things like Bitcoin and are the younger generation able to own their own home. So I'll turn it over to David for what he feels the first tip that we should master and start with.
I think, Dave, a general tip that everyone should have and should master is around having a goal and a budget and working towards it. Having a goal and budget really sets yourself up to plan towards your own future. And once you plan towards your own future, you're actually in charge of it. With bigger goals require much more planning and require that ability to set yourself up to be able to achieve that goal. Doing a budget from a financial aspect is really important, because doing a budget not only allows you to get to that end goal, but it allows you to understand the process of how you're actually going to get there, and it gives you a really good understanding of what you're spending money on. Generally with myself, when I go through budgets with a lot of clients, it's a real eye-opening experience for them, because they actually understand that they're actually spending this much money on these things, or they potentially need to spend this much money on certain things. So I think that's a really good tip for most people, to actually not only set their goals but also understand the mechanics around how to get to those financial goals by doing an actual budget.
Yeah, so having a clear goal and a budget so you just don't spend money.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Not necessary.
Yeah.
Okay. And you are aware of the actions that you need to take towards that important goal.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
So what do you feel the second tip would be?
Well, the second tip for me is, and I see this a lot, and especially for a lot of younger people out there, credit cards. Credit cards are really useful things, but they're also quite dangerous. Credit cards, it's fairly easy to get a credit card. What people don't understand with credit cards is that you can pay up to 20% interest on a credit card.
Yeah.
And the thing with, as we were just talking about with doing a budget and setting goals, credit cards are okay, but you have to pay it off every single month to avoid that interest and all those extra costs. The other thing I'm very wary of with credit cards is more around people understanding that if you don't pay it off, the credit card company, you get a bad credit rating, okay? And in the future, if you want to go and buy a house, and I'd hope everyone would want to do that, or go for some sort of business loan or something like that, your credit score becomes very important. And for mistakes that people make in their past over something as small as a credit card debt, can actually have a real impact on them for the rest of their lives, potentially.
Yeah. So you don't want to always be owing people money.
No. You want to be in control of your own destiny, and you don't want to be in a position that you're having to repay credit cards over many years and basically pay, as I said, up to 20% interest. It's an awful lot of money that you're paying across that you could be using for something that's a much better use.
Yeah, well, you're borrowing money on a depreciative asset.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right, I understand. So we don't want our debt exceeding our income.
Definitely not.
Okay.
Definitely not.
Learn to live below the means.
Yeah.
All right, so what about the third tip that we need to master?
Look, for me, it's a general thing. I've been very fortunate that I've found a job and a profession that I'm really passionate about and I really love. And what I generally find, and I've seen it with my experience with all of my clients, the really successful clients are ones that have found a career or a job that they are really loving. They get out of bed and they look forward to going to work. And for me, I'm the same. I really love coming into the office every day. And what everyone should have is that sort of job or that sort of career that they really enjoy. Because generally, with people with success that have been very successful in their careers, they're successful because of a couple of reasons. They work really hard at it and they love what they're doing. So when you love what you're doing, working really hard at it it's not an issue.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like work.
Yeah.
You're just doing
It's
something.
fun.
You're doing something that you enjoy, and when that happens,
Yeah.
when you're doing something you enjoy, you'll work harder at it,
Mm.
and the success will follow. And when success follows, success is not generally about money.
Yeah.
Success can be in a range of different things,
Yeah.
but money is generally a flow-on effect of being successful. And if that fits your goals
Yes.
of what you want out of life and give you those options and things like that, I think that's a great thing.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with you there. You'll find out what your passions are, follow your interests, your curiosity, so then you're find a way, find a career way or create one that you're going to put your best efforts in, enthusiastic, cheerfulness and industriousness, and contribute to other people in a meaningful way.
Absolutely.
So I totally agree with you on that.
Mm.
And only about 20-25% of people are in job roles or a childhood dream role that they actually really enjoy.
Mm.
So if that's not you, then you need to make a shift there.
Yeah. And the other thing on that, Doug, it's really important that you can actually change careers.
Absolutely.
If you find out in 3-4 years' time that this is not right for you, it's okay
Yeah.
to go and make a change and do something really positive for yourself to actually, again, fulfill those goals. So
Yeah.
you don't have to decide on your dream job, whatever that is, straight away.
Yes.
That could change over time because we all change over time.
Yes.
So, don't think that once you make a decision, it's static. You can make changes and make things happen for yourself.
Yeah, life definitely changes.
Yeah,
It'll take the steps towards your dream job.
Yeah.
Okay. And now for some of the follow-up questions that the community has been curious about.
Mhm.
Bitcoin, that was taking off earlier in the year. I
Yeah.
don't really understand that, so what's your take on Bitcoin?
Yeah, Bitcoin's been a really interesting one. It's been around for quite a while, and there's been a wave that's been ridden off the back of it, and that wave has its peaks and its troughs. So what we've seen with Bitcoin is that the value has changed substantially. And you hear the good news stories about people that have made an awful lot of money out of it, but there's also a lot of bad news stories that people have lost money as well. A lot of the thing with Bitcoin is that it's just think of it, it's a cryptocurrency, okay, and it's one of many cryptocurrencies. The thing with Bitcoin is that at the moment it's not used a lot in the general marketplace. You can't go to a supermarket and pay with Bitcoin. Okay, so a lot of the gains that people have made and the losses as well, it's all speculation. Okay, what's really exciting about Bitcoin is not Bitcoin itself, it's the technology behind it, and that's called blockchain technology, because that technology allows, really from a currency perspective, it basically cuts the banks out of things, and it's a technology that's secure, that's open, and it's instantaneous. Okay, in this ever-changing world, and a lot faster world that we're relying upon technology, that's one of those technologies that allows us to do instantaneous transactions, and it also allows us, there's all these other potential uses for blockchain technology, such as potentially storing medical records in a safe, secure environment, that whoever has the key to their particular part of that blockchain technology is able to provide that key to someone else, and they'll have access to it with immediate data, and that immediate transaction is able to be there. So it's that technology behind it being blockchain, which is what's really exciting about Bitcoin. Like with anything, as I said, with Bitcoin, there's been its ups and its downs, and that's what people have to be aware of. Like with any investment, you need to get the right advice around it and understand the pitfalls behind going into it.
Okay, so the blockchain technology, we will inevitably use that in what way? But Bitcoin, there's many cryptocurrencies, so we might not.
Bitcoin's only one of the cryptocurrencies out there. So it's, as I said, for me, the exciting thing is the technology that Bitcoin uses as opposed to Bitcoin itself. Nothing wrong with Bitcoin, but it's just a currency like there are many others out there.
Yeah, for me, I didn't understand that, and I think a lot of people sometimes put their money into things that they don't understand. So definitely go out and seek a second opinion from a financial advisor there. Okay, thanks for clearing
That's
that
right.
up, David.
That's right.
And the last one, about from the community, was our young people, are we actually able to own our own home?
I think you can.
Yeah.
Okay. When you look at the different generations, so there's been a commentary out there that it was much easier for other generations to buy their own home, and in a lot of cases that's true.
Yeah.
Okay, especially when you're looking at big cities like Sydney and Melbourne here in Australia, those markets have gone up substantially. You know, comparatively speaking with the other generations, they are a lot more expensive to get in there. But again, that's where it becomes really important to set goals, do budgets, and you can actually achieve things. Okay, having your own home, it used to be a dream for everyone. That's not necessarily the case for everyone now. But is it possible? Absolutely, it's possible. But you've got to have that goal. You've got to be able to set those goals and actually achieve them and work towards achieving it. It's not going to happen overnight, but you've got to work towards something. And the other thing as well, like with any goal, such as buying a house being for one thing, a little bit of sacrifice has got to go on as well, okay? So when you're actually saving, it does mean that you've got to forego maybe going out to restaurants as much, or cutting down the sort of restaurants you go to, or bars, whatever it is, and be able to put that money aside, save it, maybe potentially invest it in something else if you get the right advice around it, to be able to save up for that deposit and buy that house eventually. So there's a whole lot of things that need to be done, but it's not impossible. I don't think it's impossible at all.
I believe it's definitely possible. We just have to start earlier, work a good plan, actually have clear goals and a good plan, and work that good plan for a long time. As you talk about the sacrifices. And over time, you're going to develop better skills, so constantly upskilling, develop better habits, and you've got to be honest with yourself, what you're doing well. Are you living below your means, and are you working the plan? And just because you're earning more money as you advance in your career doesn't mean you spend at the same rate. Okay, so it's definitely possible. It's really up to you.
Yeah, that's right.
Thank you for that one too.
That's right. Cool.
And the last one's from me, just because I'm curious about, as we talked about, people have different passions, and you follow your passions, what you like to do. And we're all chasing different goals and dreams. What's an extraordinary life for you, and what's life on your terms?
Life on my terms is about achieving my own goals. Okay, and my goals are probably different to yours, and they're different to everyone else out there. And my goals, it's not all about money. Okay, quite the reverse. What for me, it's about doing something that I really enjoy, doing something that I am passionate about, helping people along the way, doing the right thing by people as well, and also being in control. Okay, being in control of my own destiny, and that's for me. That's my plan. That's the plans and budgets and everything else that I do. My own personal goals. That means that I'm actually in control of actually achieving that and making it happen. So for me, extraordinary life is about being happy with what I do, enjoying what I do, hopefully achieving what I want to achieve in life, and having that control around doing what I'm doing.
I couldn't agree more with you there. We definitely create our own destiny, and liking what you're doing and giving what you're doing. So definitely living out our highest values. That's awesome.
Good.
All right, so thanks for that, David.
Pleasure.
And the last thing we need to show you guys is this. Okay, so we're working together. It's called Everybody Wins. It's a school system initiative that we're building for the ACT community, and we just feel that it's the right thing to do to contribute back to the younger generation in a meaningful way, because there's a lot of uncertainty in the world, and we just like to clear that up, especially with the technology era that we're now approaching on, and we share some of our skills. So when David's able to, he'll help out and do some of the financial part of that. So thank you very much. All right, thanks for today.
Thanks, Dave.
Thank you.